Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Tonight I want to talk about holiday theming. So how to prepare your brand for the holidays. As you can see, I have this wonderfully holiday-ish, Christmassy Starbucks kind of background here for you. Or the question is, can I change my brand? Should I add Christmas to my brand? Or how do I do that? So really, holidays and Christmas and things like that, what in your marketing should be treated as a campaign. I wouldn't advise you to change your logo. Like, for instance, I would not advise you to add any different elements to your logo. I wouldn't necessarily advise you to change fonts or anything like that. So here as an example, I'm showing the Starbucks Christmas cups. These are very famous all over the world. Come Christmas, Starbucks will have holiday themed cups. And I'm going to show other stuff from Starbucks as well. So these holidays should be treated as campaigns. So what is the difference between campaign versus your brand? Campaign can have its own campaign design. Campaign is a short term. It'll come, it'll go. It usually has its time box. It has a call to action. It'll go away. Of course, when you're doing like a holiday theming, you don't necessarily have a call to action per se, but you should treat holiday theming as a campaign from a design perspective. It's short. It has a little bit of liberties to when you think about kind of your branding. But it should respect and support your brand. So let me explain to you what that means. That means that you're not going to change your logo. Your logo will stay as is. As you can see in these cups, here we have Starbucks logo. They haven't changed it, but they've created Christmas around it. So they've created this holiday theming with beautiful red backgrounds and these illustrations. They've created that temporary wrapper for that campaign, that holiday theme. So you're not going to change your logo. You're not going to change your brand fonts. That doesn't mean that you don't like campaign. Like I said, campaigns have a little bit of liberty, so you could bring in an additional font for a very short period of time that works for that campaign. So for instance, here you see love and joy written in this cup over here. It's not a font that Starbucks necessarily uses anywhere else normally, but for this particular reason, for this particular purpose, they've brought in one additional beautiful font just for that one purpose, for this one campaign. And of course, like true to nature of a campaign, it can change. So one year, this holiday theme for Starbucks has been, I don't know what year this actually is, but it looks like it has been very joyful, very sort of illustration-like. Then some other year, if you're watching this from the United States, you may remember that there was a year when Starbucks just did red cups. They didn't do anything else, and people were very upset about it. So this was very sort of simplified, theme for that year. And here are other, iconic holiday cups for Starbucks. So, like I said, don't change your logo. You're not going to change your font. You can add additional celebratory font, and you're not going to change your brand colors per se. You can bring, for that one campaign, you can bring an additional campaign color that will work in alignment with the rest of your brand colors and supports that. So Christmas time, you could bring red, or you could bring green or something like that. So let me show you other Christmas kind of theming. So Coca-Cola is famous for Christmas. I think I've heard somewhere that Coca-Cola is the one that brought the jolly red Santa Claus to us, that before that Santa Claus kind of wore different clothes and looked a little different. So even if we look at Coca-Cola here, I mean, Coca-Cola's signature color already is red, and they've brought this, Santa Claus figure here. They brought all the Christmas lights and all of that, but you can see the Coca-Cola logo there unchanged. They don't change their logo. they just bring in that holiday wrapper for that time of the year. Okay, so here is also, I want to also support this with a couple of very cool advertisements that all have holiday theme. So we talked about you can bring in an additional color. So in the spirit of Christmas, it could be red or green. You can bring in an additional celebratory font if you want for this one short holiday theming. Another, maybe the most powerful thing you can do is to bring in photography that has holiday themes. So here you can see McDonald's, what McDonald's has done at some point. They did, so that's obviously like a poster that is supposed to look like it has French fries, but it's a photo that they've created with Christmas lights. There's a, like a burger made with Christmas lights, and there's I guess that's a sundae ice cream or something like that. And they've created those iconic for iconic kind of servings for McDonald's with Christmas lights, and then they took photos of them. Could be that they are illustrations made to look like photos too. Let me scroll down. There was another one here. So here's an example of bringing in that one celebratory font. So this is Starbucks again. And you don't necessarily see this handwritten font. You don't necessarily see this in their other branding, but this one time of the year, this one sort of Christmas time of the year, they brought in that one font. So I will post this link to these holiday ads for you guys in the comments, so you can get inspired. So here was, like I mentioned, with photography. So Clinique had made a little Christmas tree from their lipstick, so that's kind of fun. Illustrations is another way to do it. So this Cafe Deco group, which I have not heard of before, but what they've done is they've created a little illustration. I'm not quite sure if the spoons are an actual photo, but looks like the other stuff here is an illustration. So illustrations, photos, here, what is this one? I'm not quite sure, I can't tell what that, but anyways, so imagery, more cafe here, more Starbucks. Okay, so that was sort of the Christmas theming in a nutshell. And I want to give you an example. I think the most powerful thing that you can do is photos, because you can put, or you can kind of decorate your entire website with Christmas photos, maybe add one Christmas color there. But photos are going to be critical if you're going to do holiday theming on your social media. So if you have Instagram, if you do Pinterest, any of those things, and you want to do holiday theming there, you're going to need Christmas photos. So one thing is that you can do, like, we're still in November, you have plenty of time. You can arrange a Christmas photo shooting with your family, put on those Christmas jammies, decorate one corner of your house with, Christmas decorations, and stage like early Christmas, take a bunch of photos. You have photos for your Instagram. That's one way to do it. But also, let me see. You can go to, these are more examples of illustrations, but this is the deposit photos, I guess is how you pronounce that. And these are Christmas illustrations that I wanted to show. Like you can find all kinds of stuff, but you can, let's say that if your thing is food, so Christmas baking, and voila, like you can get these from stock photo services if you don't have time to take your own photos for this Christmas. So Christmas photos are everywhere. I think Unsplash also, these are all free. So let's test it real quick. Christmas, here we go. And you can find some Christmas stuff here for free as well for your social media if you feel like that's something you want to do. Okay, so I wanted to give you one example of my own website. I'm not convinced that I'm going to do Christmas theming, but I did this just to show you that just by changing 2 photos and adding one color, you can change the entire look and feel. So let me see. Okay, here we go. This is my website. at the moment. Here we go. It's a little bit in the middle of rebranding. I'm changing colors and whatnot, but this is the stage we're at. So I have my picture there. I have this color palette of these pinks and this dark kind of browny purple. And if it was Christmas, I actually wouldn't have this golden brown bar at the top. It's just a campaign that I have for my survey right now. So ignore that. But this would be my website, and it's kind of like regular day-to-day look and feel, maybe without this golden banner at the top. I do have a banner here, this dark banner that is now this purple. I do have a banner there all the time. Now I'm talking about this survey, but normally I have a promotion for something else there. So I want to show you two different ways that you could make this site look more Christmassy. And remember, when you're thinking about holiday theming, still think of it or try to think of it in alignment with your branding. So I did two very different looking ones on purpose to show you that it really depends what kind of pictures you're going to choose. So let me show you but actually, well, I'm going to have to come out of the full screen mode to be able to toggle here. So this is first one. So obviously I just comped my head for this. I don't have Christmas photos of myself, but by changing the background to this Christmas tree and gifts, having a picture of yourself in this Christmassy garderobe, you know, with golden and red, and then changing this banner into like one red color. Like I said, you can add one red color. If I wanted to go all out, I could change a script here, like some sort of holiday script, whatever. But you can tell that, oh, it's like this red and golden kind of type of feel, very sort of Christmassy with the jumper and everything. Now, let's take a look at a different kind. I'm just changing two pictures and adding one color. So here, and it's a different vibe. So this is more low-key. I did not add a Christmas jumper on myself or like an ugly Christmas sweater or whatever. I added a different kind of wintry background, but I'm still having the red. So just like here, again, and in this one, I actually just changed one picture and a color, whereas in the other one, I changed two pictures and the color. But you don't have to go so very far in your Christmas theming if you just choose Christmassy photos and maybe add one additional color. Now, if you're doing products, like I know Carmen does handcrafted products. If you have special Christmas products, of course, you're going to want to highlight, if you have a place on your website, I always highlight 3 most recent blog posts here. If you're doing something similar for your products, of course, you would add your Christmas products here. And anything that is themed holiday, and you have like a special promotion, special campaign, of course, you want to highlight those and, you know, put those into the, you know, focus during the Christmas time. Okay, I hope this gives some clarity around the holiday theming. So don't go changing your logo. Don't go changing your fonts. You can add a font. You can add one color. Remember, it's a campaign. It'll go away after Christmas. You don't, per se, go changing your brand. You're just putting a Christmas sweater, so to speak, on your branding. So if you have any questions about holiday theming, just add in the comments and I'll try to be more clear.